everyone, I'm Erin Taniguchi and I am an illustrator, and this is the fourth video in the series of how to get started as a professional illustrator. And today we're going to be diving into some of the actual marketing material that you'll be sending out to your potential clients, to your mailing list. So far we've talked about your portfolio, building your mailing list, and having a website that you can direct your art director to. So this is going to be how you're directing the art directors to your portfolio. So today we're going to be talking specifically about email blasts. This is one option for marketing. I find it's a good option if you're just starting out because it's really low cost. It can be free even. And I find this method actually works quite well for me. It's how I get the majority of my clients. But it's different for everybody. Some people, email doesn't work for them. Maybe postcards work better. It's different for every illustrator. And one thing, if you're going to be doing email as your primary marketing method, you'll want to make sure you buy a professional email address. So for example, first name at yourwebsite.com. So for example, mine is Erin at erintaniguchi.com. This just makes you presents yourself as a professional. You don't want to be sending from like a Gmail or a Hotmail because that just doesn't make you look good. And when you're sending emails, you want to make sure you use the name of the art director you're sending it to. You want to personalize the email. You don't want to send out like a mass email. You don't want to make one email and then send it out to all your contacts, because that it's not personalized. You're not making that connection with the art director. So basically, kind of how I do my emails is I draft a little bit of a template though. So basically you introduce yourself, your style. Ideally, you want to mention something about their magazine that you're mailing to. So maybe it's an article you read that you liked, or an illustration that you liked. Something that shows that you've actually looked at their magazine and you know what their magazine is all about. As you get clients, you can also put in a little testimonial in there as well. And then, so you want to keep your email fairly brief. And then you want to attach 2 to 3 examples of your work in JPEG format. This is very important to make sure it's low res JPEG, just so it can go through the email. It's not, you don't want to send them like huge files because they're not going to open them. They're not going to see your work. Hi, this is Editing Erin here. One important thing I forgot to mention when you're putting together your email is, of course, you want to have a link to your website. So that's obviously very important. I forgot to add that in, so there it is. Yeah, so that's kind of basically what I do for sending my emails. And as far as getting responses back, I think it's important to note when you send out your first email blast, don't expect a response right away. For me, it took quite a few months of sending emails before I was getting any responses, not even jobs, just any response from the art director, because I think it takes a bit of repetition for them to see your name, see your work over and over again before they actually reply to you. And you never know, they might be like saving your work, keeping it in a file folder, just keeping you in mind for later, but they might not be actually replying to you. Yeah, and it's also important to be consistent in your marketing efforts as well. So you want to set up some kind of schedule for yourself. So for me, I try to do a quarterly email blast. So every 3 months I'll send out an email. This is something I'm still working on because I don't always get them out, but it's important to be consistent. Yeah, and eventually you'll get responses. The art director might say, hey, I'll keep you in mind for a later project. We don't have anything right now, but I'll keep you in mind. That's always good. you want to make sure you follow up with those leads as well. And hopefully eventually you'll get a job down the line. Yeah, so that's kind of it for emails. And next video we're going to be talking about another method, more traditional method, which is postcards. So we'll see you in the next video.